Hello, welcome to my channel, A Piece of Gaia. My name is Lindsay, and today I'm going to do another card reading for you. And I have 3 bracelets to pick from here, number 1, number 2, and number 3. And I will see you in the one that you selected. Hello to those of you who chose this green bracelet right here. Let's go ahead and get into your cards. So for your first card out, you have the Queen of Cups, and you have the Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles, clarified by the Page of Cups, the Tower, and the Four of Cups. Right away, what I'm seeing is you're going to be blessed with a surprise. Although this card seems a little chaotic, I feel like there is going to be a little bit of a shakeup initially, but it's going to end up in a beautiful result, okay? Someone is going to surprise you with assisting you in some way. You're going to maybe see this as a miracle or a revelation, some type of energy that is very unexpected, okay? So this is something that you don't really see coming right now. And I feel that the reason why this is happening for you is because you've been cultivating a lot of generous energy within you, okay? And you're just mirroring this back to the universe, and you're getting this blessing in return. I see that you are a very kind person. You are someone who is very in check with their emotions. You have a great and broad intuition. And there is also this childlike energy in you that will never die. There is this kind of very nurtured inner child within you. You may be a creative type, someone who loves to do art, and this is a great act of meditation for you, and this has kind of really brought you into this energy of really trusting your intuition. And with this all happening, the Four of Cups is showing me that the things in the past that you have been dissatisfied with will now start to transform into things that are going to be blessings for you. So whatever thing that you may currently be dissatisfied with, or the energy that might come from a little bit of this shakeup, this is all transforming and really coming into a more material energy. So you have a lot of this emotion that is brewing and manifesting, and this is all going to benefit you in a material way, in a very positive material way. You're going to get your mind really clear here. I feel like through whatever practices spiritually you've been doing, or just really being able to sit in your own energy, you've cultivated quite a bit of energy through this work. And this has gotten your mind clear, and you're in a state of peace and bliss. And we're coming to the end of a certain cycle that you've been in, and you're getting to see the patterns I'm seeing. There is a message also coming in that you'll be able to receive right before this happens. And this also might mean that someone is just generously helping you out with something because they see the potential in you. They see that not only will this benefit them in some way, but it is going to help you, to elevate you. And then maybe they'll be able to, reap some of the rewards of this. I see this within some type of partnership. I see it also in the tangible form of money with this. And this is also, I'm feeling that you've opened up your heart chakra. You're not closing yourself off very much. And that is what is opening you up to this change. And sometimes, like I said, change can be a little disruptive in the beginning, but it's all going to balance itself out. All right, let's look at your animal spirit here. You have the fox spirit. Think on your feet, number 27. So right there, I'm seeing the 9 here and the 9 here. So like I said before, you are coming to the end of a cycle. And this is really teaching you to be really keen, a keen observer of your world around you. And the fox is always very aware. I also feel like there may be people in your life that have dissatisfied you in the past, that have been a little sneaky or a little, just really not appreciated what you had to offer and maybe taken advantage of your kindness. And this is coming to an end. All right, your next card out is Ginkgo with Patience. Okay. So I see in the Queen of Cups here, she is a very patient individual. She's very nurturing, very loving, and it takes a lot of patience to be in that energy. And this card is also showing me that through this patience that you have had and been able to withstand how you can understand with your intuition how energy fluctuates. And getting to this state where you can just wait and be fine with it and not really get too upset about it. Like maybe you have a little bit of lingering emotions that were putting you in a moody energy, but I see that that's just because there may be other people's energy influencing you. And then we have this card here, number 9 with Shift. This, like I said, there is this shift in your energy. And then you have number 37 with Courage. So whatever it is that's coming your way, have courage and know that these changes are creating some type of balance in your life. Then you have this card, number 28 with Purpose and Judgment. So that coming to a 10 here shows me that the end of this cycle, there might be some type of path that you're going to be able to go down and identify your next steps, and your intuition may have already been signaling you to this. Then you have these are Mudra cards. So we have Inspiration with Be Creative. This mudra activates and synchronizes both halves of the brain. Take a deep breath of fresh air, drink some water, swing your arms and legs, and give your hands a thorough massage. Whilst performing the mudra, visualize a constantly changing skyscape. Tinted white or dark clouds, storm, thunder, and lightning. A rainbow. Now not a cloud in the deep blue sky. After this, get some paper and pen, write down all the ideas which come about your project or your life's situation, including the craziest, the ones you already have a long time ago, everything. Let them flow like a waterfall and see what happens. Saraswati, the goddess of creativity, shows me my talent and showers me with good ideas. I accept this profusion with joy and thankfulness. This is the mudra here. And this is the other one. So you have Courage again. So yes, I feel like the Tower card really is telling you to just be brave in your energy, be able to withstand some of these shifts that are going on, because it's going to lead you to amazing things. I'm also seeing this is a number 10. So yes, coming to the end of this cycle. So show yourself what's in you. The Durga Mudra. This anti-panic mudra is dedicated to the invincible goddess Durga. She rides a snarling lion, and in each of her many hands she holds a weapon. These she uses to terrible effect, killing her enemies and putting them to flight. In a case of panic attack, it is important to restrain your inhalation and intensify your exhalation. Keep your hands tightly pressed, stand with slightly bent knees, and concentrate on the soles of your feet. Visualize yourself as the weapon-wielding, screeching Durga. Your appearance alone will ensure the respect of the others. Does this conception simply make you chuckle? All the better. What tries to frighten me is nothing more than a ghost. which I chase away with a single glance. Very nice. And these are just some fun periodic table of elements cards. So we have Mineral Analyzer, we have Nitrogen, Protein, and Aluminum with Airplanes. Okay, so in this, I feel going back to that courage message, you know, stand strong in your decisions, stand strong in your intuition. Sometimes the things that are unseen are the ones that we have to be the strongest with. And I'm also seeing with this, your frequency, your higher self is coming through saying you are raising your vibration here. Okay, and also you may have to go somewhere. There may be something involved with work that kind of takes you away from the idea of being in that present spiritual state. And just know that doing any of these energies when you have moments where you're having a hard time with courage, and really focusing in on the energy of that intuition and bringing that intuition forward and being strong in that. Okay, and then these two little cards here, you have the Leaf with Change and Intuition with the Fish. So yes, that intuition is very powerful. I feel like you may even feel the energy before it happens. There's probably a lot of situations in your life where you're like, I already knew that was going to happen. Or you kind of are on the lines of knowing that change is in the air. And then this one's going to spark some type of story in you. So we have tell a story about a favorite childhood memory in nature. And we have the turtle here. So is there a story that you can tell yourself that maybe you can rewrite this story and see all the things that it has led to now? And maybe this story involves something that your memory can constantly focus on because there was a negative aspect in that. And then take that negative aspect and think about where it led you. Did it lead you eventually to some positive aspect? Because I'm feeling this with the Tower card. There is this energy in you where we're rewriting our stories. Okay. Now let's get some messages on these cards here. All right. The Fairy Harper. Find the words to long forgotten songs and dance to the music in your soul. Very nice. And we have the Autumn Fae. Go slowly and listen closely for the words of the tree spirits. Nice. I'll get you some messages from these mushrooms. Been enjoying these cards lately. These are my newest cards. One here. I will not assume I know what you want. Yes, I'm also feeling with that Queen of Cups. Intuition is one thing, but assumption is another. So sometimes when we have a deep intuition, we can feel like we can maybe read someone's mind a little bit, but that can kind of get us in trouble. So let's let other people tell us what they want. I'm also feeling this from a child. Letting go a little bit of the control and letting their creative spirit kind of come through and tell you what they think is going on in this particular situation, okay? And this card here. I can be a lot sometimes. I own that. All right, and that is also another attribute I feel of the queen energy. You know, it's kind of this kind of over the top kind of energy where you can really be leveled up and embrace that and know that, you know, sometimes we can make ourselves very small, but really owning the energy of that you are a queen, you are an amazing person, you have a lot of very powerful energy within you that dictates a lot of things in your life, and you should be able to feel that and take that in and know that whatever you face, you are strong enough to get past it and go to the next. Okay, so let's get some dice here for the ending, just to see what zodiac signs will mostly be around you. All right, so we have Scorpio, Scorpio. All right, so I feel that right here with these cups, maybe you are a Scorpio, or that's one of your major placements. And we have Cancer and Pisces, so all of these are water signs. So whoever chose this group is definitely in the energy here of the Queen of Cups. And I would say that with that comes quite a bit of emotion, and emotion needs to have some kind of a channel. And sometimes we can't always trust what our emotions are. We just have to do what is necessary to get us past some of those emotions, because those can sometimes our water can be muddied by other people's energy. So just stay strong in what you know is your own energy, and when other energy creeps in that is a little less favorable than what you'd really desire to have in your life, let's really think about that and contemplate, is this even my energy at all? So this is showing me too that, let that lightheartedness that is in the creativity within you come forward. And I see that within the sacral chakra and the root chakra. Bring something back from the past that was something that you could create. Or is there something that you have been working on that is a little bit connected to the past? Let's put our energy into that. That'll get us through a lot of situations. I too am in this energy with you. I have a lot of water in my chart. So thank you so much for joining me in this energy today. And if you feel so called, come subscribe and come see me again. All right, bye-bye. Hello to those of you who chose group number 2 with this bracelet right here, the rose quartz. Go ahead and put that off to the side. We'll get into your cards. So the first cards out here, we have the Hermit, the Knight of Wands, and the Four of Swords, clarified by the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, the first thing I'm hearing is your mind is expanding at a rapid rate. Okay. There is a need for rest and rejuvenation within this. And connecting back with our intuitive side is really going to help us connect with more of that inspired action that we need to take in our lives. If you are feeling like you are reached a bit of stagnancy in your life and you need some new fresh perspectives or fresh ideas, I feel that doing some meditation is going to be beneficial for you. And I know this is a little bit difficult to do, but this can be done through active meditation. I'm seeing in this card using instruments or even getting creative in some way. I can also see this as there is a person coming towards you that is going to help bring this spark back into your life. And it is probably because you have cut a lot of cords that were not benefiting you, and this is now expanding your energy and leaving room for those that can come in and bring back that energy to you. You might feel a little bit defensive when this person comes in, and I would say take a while to think on it. Don't make any impulsive actions with this person. Don't think to put this person before yourself at all, because you are needing to put yourself first at the moment, because there is definitely some wisdom to be gained in this. I'm also seeing that if you've had any problems or bouts with your health, that this is coming to a peaceful resolution and rest is needed right now, okay? I'm also hearing that whatever you put in your body, make it clean. Clean foods, not a lot of snacking, and I'll always recommend that. I'm a Virgo North Node, so I will say that this is showing me that if you cut out some things that could be disruptive to your body, this is also going to benefit you in clearing the mind. And it will bring you to a state of being able to manifest things a lot faster, and your intuition will regain its strength. Because I feel within this card, sometimes our intuition can be blocked through that third eye if we calcify it with unhealthy things that we put in our body. And I feel like you have been through it. There is a cycle that you've been in that maybe you devote yourself and then you go back into that cycle. I'm just here to tell you that that's okay, okay? It's all right. It's not that big of a deal. I understand. I've been there myself, and we're not here to be perfect. We're just here to keep trying, okay? That's the best that you can do. And right now, you need to also be hearing and telling yourself that I'm always on the right path at the right time, no matter what the energy is. Even if you feel like I need to change everything because these things in my life have been throwing me off my course, well, you had to be pushed to a certain level and had that cycle come to a climax for you to even be able to realize that there needed to be a change in the first place. So I would say give yourself a good rest and some good food and regain that emotional energy within you, because whoever has thrown you off in the past, they were in their own karmic cycle. Sometimes, we need to be around people that have brought us a negative feeling, because then we know that we don't want to repeat those actions. And now we have a tally in our book of red flags that we can say, okay, I know I don't want to be around that because of, X, Y, and Z. All right, let's go ahead and get you your animal spirit. Here is the butterfly with number 11. Transformation is beautiful. So yes, I feel like all these cards are really showing you that through this process that you're in right now, you are going through this beautiful transformation. And sometimes pain equals beauty, right? Unfortunately. And the Queen of Cups knows this all too well. In fact, she almost somewhat seeks it out, because she lives in this world of hearing things that maybe aren't there. She's a very intuitive person, and not everyone can understand her. So I could see that maybe someone came along and they felt like they may have told you that they understood you in a way that sparked your energy, but it left you with a sour taste in your mouth a little bit here. And this is what you're healing from. Your body is also very reactive to this energy, as in the Queen of Cups. You're going to be able to sense and feel that out. So whatever your gut is telling you when you're around somebody, that is correct for you. And your next card out is the Daffodil with self-worth. Yeah, sometimes it is very difficult for the Queen of Cups to, she's in an imbalanced state due to whatever energy she's been around, she can tend to doubt herself. And that's just because there's not a lot of concrete physical evidence to support a lot of the energy and the beliefs that she has. It's kind of like doing this, being a psychic or reading cards. You're really relying on just whatever you feel in the situation, and that always can't be validated. So it is difficult, and we can struggle sometimes with feelings of, insecurity or self-worth. And this is telling me that through these different seasons that you go through, you might also be somebody who is familiar with SADS. So in the winter season, wherever you're from, you may have bouts of depression. And then once the spring comes and summer comes, your energy gets back up and you're feeling better. Well, I I don't really recommend medication for this. I mean, if you want to go that route, that is totally up to you and your doctor and everything like that. But for a person who likes to be more natural about things, I would recommend really instituting a proper diet that's going to help out with that, and maybe implementing some unnatural forms of light during that, when that natural light goes away. Okay. And then these cards here, you have the symbol of the talisman with the key here, number 31. And then you have home with number 10. I feel like you have the key to this energy within you. You are like, wherever you are, you're at home in your own energy. And that is very important for you to constantly maintain that energy. You know, whoever comes into your life, you know, however they make you feel, sometimes that feeling, we have to evaluate that feeling instead of getting whisked away into that feeling, because the Knight of Wands can be a person who's, you know, here for a good time, not a long time. So it's you can just liken it to an energy, even if it's in the physical form of a person. You can just really get into that deep energy of that and go, okay, well, I guess I'm in the season of needing to be able to feel this high self-worth in this person. Like, they're kind of showing me that I need that. You know, they're like a mirror of what you might need and what's reflecting on the inside of you that you need to draw into yourself more. And I also feel with this key, there is something that you're going to be figuring out here that is going to be a big puzzle piece in some of the things that may have been troubling you in the past. And your mushroom card here is number 25 with split gill. Adapt. Okay. So yes, adaptation. So I'm also seeing this as a number 7 coming through. And, you know, asking yourself questions when it really comes down to it. You know, if you feel a certain feeling, ask yourself, why am I feeling that feeling? You know, maybe even doing some journaling about it. And let's get into your mudras here. You have intuition. Deep down, you just know. Very appropriate. This is the shell mudra. Good for your windpipe and voice. It brings inner calm and harmony and awakens your intuitive powers. The right hand symbolizes the seashell, and the left thumb the pearl within it, i.e., your higher self, that part of you which knows what is right and important to you. With each exhalation, sing out a long, deep, sonorous Om, a primal symbol which gets all your cells vibrating. See yourself descending deeper and deeper into the innermost recesses with every breath which you take. That is where your higher self keeps the answers to all your questions. You become aware of the stillness and emptiness and are ready to receive the inner voice. Deep down, I know what is right and important to me. The number 23 here with change, number 5, change coming, you know, that transformation, really transforming into that energy. Then we have healing, let it be. This is the cow mudra. Okay, it is an effective help against rheumatism, arthritis, inflammation, and all kinds of pain. Okay, so that might have been some of the physical stuff that was going on here. In chronic cases, practice the mudra 4 times daily for about 10 minutes. See yourself as a beautiful flower, opening up to the light, and let yourself be filled up with it, drenched in its brightness, its colors, and its warmth. In its radiant, healing power, feel the warmth of the light. It wakes up your cells and gets your atoms dancing and singing. As needed, send bundles of light to those parts of your body which are asking for attention. I open myself up to the cosmic light, to the universal love principle, to the strength which gives healing and joy. Seeing that 31 and 31 as a number 4, that, right here, resting, being within your home center, your ooh, I just got the pressure changed in the air. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is going to bring you to a state that you've probably never experienced before, and that is beautiful. This transformation is, not only going to reflect your inner world, but also it's going to be very evident on the outside. Okay, then these are little periodic table of elements cards. So we have carbon, base of molecular life. Okay. Then you have silicone with stone, sand, and soil. Then we have boron, sports equipment. So we have the 5 with the change. We have number 14. I'm feeling the temperance card coming through, showing us, we have to get rid of something in order to balance out other things. So getting that balance right within your body and being the alchemist of your own energy. And then that 6 is just really balancing, also showing me the Lover's card, and that making the right choices for you when it comes to who you share your space with is very important. Because sometimes the energy that we experience with another person, it can, depending on what it's like for you in your environment, if your environment is disruptive, it's going to show evidently in your body, especially if you are a water sign person. You're going to have a hard time dealing with things. And if you keep those deep intuitions inside and you don't let them out, they will manifest in physical ailments. Okay. So taking care of our vessel. Then you have the snake energetic movement, and you have instinct with the wolf. Okay. So with this energetic movement and that Knight of Wands, I feel like you need to get yourself moving as well, resting and moving. When you need to move, you need to move. When you need to rest, you need to rest. Taking those times, not always being sedentary. I feel like in the Queen of Cups, there's maybe even some hormones that need to be released. Like when we move, we are releasing hormones that can be pent up in our body, and those can also create health issues as well. Believe me, myself, I've experienced this, and even like the balancer of your body, like your gallbladder, that can be very disrupted with having an excess of hormones. Our cycles that come every month, having a child, being in disruptive relationships, these all are hormone fluctuating things that happen in our body. Even the work that we do, and people we surround ourselves in with our career, we're always constantly exchanging hormones with the people that are around us. So I feel like use your instincts, use your intuition, and trust those gut feelings that come to you, that should you be around certain individuals, because we can smell things that we don't consciously talk about, that we're absorbing it through our skin, osmosis. We're just getting those energies and those hormones of other people. So if you're around other people that have really tumultuous lives, that is bleeding into you in some way or another. So please try to be conscious of that. And then this is just a little story to tell yourself, or maybe consider in your active meditation. So it says, tell a story about a place you never wanted to leave. Oh, that's nice. I see that as in the home too, the home card that we got. You know, don't escape yourself. I'm also feeling with this. You know, get centered, get right with your body, go within and be there in your body, in your own skin, because sometimes that intuition can throw us off if we don't really listen to it. Our, you know, the wateriness in us will escape off and get diluted and go into the energy of Maya, the illusionary state. So I see this as, you know, being real with yourself and being at home in your own skin is really going to help you identify, you know, really getting those solutions that you need here in the Hermit card, going on that journey. All right, so let's go ahead and get you some last messages from the Forest Fae and the mushrooms. Nice too. All right, go to the green wood, seek comfort and acceptance, be kind to yourself. Oh, yes, yes. The soothsayer, travel the road seldom taken. Yes, so both of these are really giving me that hermit vibe. And then a little mushroom message. I can let the past go and move forward. Beautiful, perfect. Okay. I will find balance between letting go and hanging on. Oh, wow, does that just not go perfect or what? And then let's get some dice here to end your reading with 4 different zodiac signs that are involving you or the people that are around you. All right, we have Cancer, Capricorn, and Taurus, and Sagittarius. Yeah, so I'm really feeling that self-care and also getting with your spirituality, getting deep into your understanding of yourself and the energy that is around you is very important for you right now. All right, well, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in this energy exchange today. And if you feel so called, please subscribe and come see me again. All right, bye-bye. Hello to those of you who chose this beautiful little bracelet here. This is going to be your reading. All right, so let's go ahead and get into your tarot cards. Your first card out is the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands, clarified by the Judgment, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Already I feel there is a lot of individuals around you, and we may have had some controversy with some of these. I see 4 different people, and then one of them is probably you. So I'm seeing that at first this was kind of a playful energy, but it has turned into a little bit of a competition. And the King of Swords is telling me that be careful of the judgments that we place on others, and be careful with how you take those in from others as well. And are they coming from an educated place? You know, not everything everyone says has validity. And then with this, the Knight of Pentacles, I'm feeling like the Queen of Pentacles, there is someone coming towards you in a slow way, okay? This could be an offer of love, but I also feel in this case, this might be a work situation for you. And there is a lot of judgments in this work, okay? Whatever the career is that you have, it could be very competitive. It could have a lot of masculine energy influenced in it. And I feel with the Queen of Pentacles is telling me that make sure that we stay grounded in our energy by doing all that's necessary, like all of the self-care that is necessary. You know, doing this in a very methodical, maintenance-based kind of energy, so you're always investing your time into yourself, and that will help you stay in a positive state of mind to where you will not have to be competing with these people as much. Because if you stay in your lane and you just keep doing you, there's nothing that really anybody can do to throw you off that balance. I mean, yes, someone could come in and physically move you, but not really. I mean, that just really seems like something that's a little out there. And what I'm seeing is that if you keep up this pace, this is going to lead to a lot of good fortune in your life, okay? And it's going to help really up level you in your mind as well. That mind is going to be clear and be able to receive the messages that are coming in while you're in the midst of, I feel, this change that is happening in your life, okay? So if you're feeling like things are moving too slowly in your life, this might be a good thing. And at times, we think, oh, how come things aren't picking up that much? Well, it's because there's maybe something that you are being purposely made to slow down, to reevaluate, to educate yourself in, and be able to see all of the different facets within that. So there's lots of different layers that you're going to be able to understand in this process. And I also see that with the King and the Queen of Pentacles, there may be a partner in your life that you have that is a little bit competitive with you, and this might be a positive thing in some regard, but if we take it too far and not do it in a way where we're being compassionate to that person and they're not being compassionate to us, and it gets a little nasty. So I'm seeing that watching our words, being educated in our words, maybe even doing some type of therapy together. I'm seeing this as maybe, really getting into a state where you can maybe have a third party involved in some of the discussions that you have. Or I also find this very effective with my partner. We pretend as if sometimes there's a third party, like our therapist, there while we're talking to each other when it comes to certain pressing issues that are a little complicated and hard to talk about. So even if you're not in that office with that therapist speaking on this, you have moments where you pretend as if, and you have an open chair there, pretending like she or he is there, and you talk to each other in that way that there's someone else listening. And then that will help you to not have tones that can be a little less favorable, like being conniving or not listening and things like that. So we're being an active listener in this process. I also see with this Five of Wands, there is some childish behavior that has been going on within these relationships, and things are not progressing the way that you would like to see them progress. But I see that if you take a little bit of the advice that I just gave, this is going to start really growing your environment and maybe even leveling you up in ways you've never seen before. And it'll be good for you in the inside of your body, and it will translate into your physical world. I see also maybe even a new home or a piece of land or property, something that you are going to own together that is going to really help you elevate within your relationship and your status. And it may be difficult to get to this point because of all of the things that you've had to compete with when it comes to your career and all those things, but there is also some advice I'm feeling that is coming through that will really take a big chunk of this stress and anxiety that's in this energy and alleviate that, to ground it into the physical. So if you've been waiting to have a home, or if there's something to do with the purchase of something, some big ticket item, that this may take go slowly, but if you take all the necessary steps that it takes to get through this process, this will be very beneficial for you. Okay, so let's look at your animal spirit. Here you have the giraffe, number 29. See the big picture. Okay, yes. So sometimes this can be kind of petty energy, and this is just, I feel like this is just a tiny little sprinkle of what the energy is coming into. It's not really what's the bigger underlying things that are happening. So the bigger picture is looking at it like, when all of this is said and done and your day is over with, what do you truly feel grateful for? Are you grateful for the fact that you were able to be right in a conversation? Are you grateful for the fact that you're happy? Okay, and then this card here, we have Shooting Star with Life Purpose. Yeah. So if you have not figured this out yet, if you don't know what your life purpose is, I feel like this is really going to be a big revelation that's coming to you soon. Your next card is Growth, number 15. So everything starts with a tiny little curve of the energy, right? So this symbol is here showing me that there is a motion that's happening. There's motion in your life that is creating growth. And sometimes we need a little bit of opposition to push us the right direction so that we keep going in that growth energy. And it's not always favorable, right? It's not like if you go down a road that is always peachy keen, how are you going to really know what any of the red flags coming your way are? So we're always guided toward things that are going to be able to steer us in the right direction, right? Like the pinball machine, putting that pinball down the right slot, getting to what is that purpose? Was all of this necessary? All these motions, all these things that we're taking such a long time to get to, every step that you take each day, all the self-care, all the rituals, all the things that you do, they're all leading you to this purpose. And that pretty much is the purpose too, is being in the action of it. Then you have here Boundaries with number 26. So yes, okay, very appropriate. So this is illuminating. Another thing that I forgot to really touch on is, if we don't show people what our boundaries are or really illuminate what those things are, we can't really get upset if they cross them. And with that, I'm feeling a Pisces energy come through, even though we didn't really have any of that. I just feel like there is an energy of Pisces that they have a tendency to be very open and very flowy, like they're just so forgiving and so great. But then if something happens and somebody crosses their boundaries, they're like, how didn't you know that? And they get so upset about the fact that someone crossed their boundaries when they weren't even the one to establish the boundary in the first place. So despite the fact that you may not be a Pisces or whatever your placements are, I don't know, but I'm feeling like there is this fierceness to you when it comes to establishing your boundaries, instead of doing it in a way that's like, I'm doing this by saying this. The Queen is saying, when I do these self-care rituals and I have this routine throughout my day, that is my boundary, because that's my time. If someone wants to come in and take that away from you, that's when you check them. Okay? All right, so you have this mushroom card, Enoki, with number 8, Align. So with this align and life purpose and this forward motion, I really feel like you are coming into your own. You are really raising your vibration and elevating yourself. And I feel like these little petty things and things that you have struggled with, probably when you were a little bit younger, that are just little bits of residual energy right now, they're not going to be a thing of your future. You are really educating yourself here. I also feel like maybe you might be going to school or something in this energy. Maybe you're taking some kind of classes or something, because there's so much alignment and growth and life purpose and all these things. So if you're bringing in new people into your life, the best way to let them know that you have a boundary is just being in your own energy and having your own purpose. Not letting people define that for you. All right, and these 2 mudras are here for you. So we have the solar plexus and the heart chakra. So having that confidence and opening your heart up to the possibilities, this is going to let a lot of abundance in. So you have melancholia with keep going. Okay, so this mudra helps to deal with despondency, melancholia, and depression. Take a deep breath of fresh air, drink a lot of water, stretch your arms wide and high, clap your hands, and only then form the mudra. Savaratur is the cosmic power behind the sun. In other words, it is the inexpressible reality which inspires, carries, and guides the universe and everything in it. It is dawn. Slowly the sun rises above the horizon, spreading light and more light until the new day is fully born. You too can now make a fresh start. His brilliance illuminates my spirit, warms my heart, and shows me the way to his heavenly home of joy. Okay. And then this one, inner peace, be still. The drum mudra. This mudra calms the nerves. You can discharge nervousness by drumming with your fingers on a hard surface for a few seconds. Then leave your fingers lying there. Concentrate on your fingertips and press them. While breathing out deeply and fully, gently onto the surface, repeat several times. Now form the mudra and imagine yourself to be lying in a hammock under a tree. You are swinging gently to and fro. You look up to the roof of leaves where a light breeze makes the leaves move a little. You are humming a simple, pleasant little tune. I rock myself with a gentle motion and bathe in a wonderful ocean of peace. I see that with her here. She's very peaceful under this tree. We have these little cards here, little periodic table of elements cards. So we have magnesium, chlorophyll. So I didn't say it to this group, but diet. Make sure that we're getting all the nutrients that we need in our diet. Alkaline diet. And then uranium, nuclear power. Okay, so there is a strong sense of powerful energy coming through with all these, the queen and the kings and the knight. So, and the judgment as well. There's a very strong power. And in order to be able to balance this power out, it takes a very strong will to cultivate those boundaries, right? To really be able to self-care and preserve yourself in times of strife. And then we have this one with car batteries. Okay. So I do feel like you are getting a recharge here. Things may have been moving slowly, but there is a leveling up here that is happening and you are getting fully charged back up. All right, and in these two cards, we have the lobster with inner growth. So that's interesting. We got the growth card. And then we have lizard with renewal. So, oof, yeah, you guys are really it's whatever is you've been doing, I would say keep going, because you are being someone who is able to basically regrow this energy. Even though sometimes you feel depleted, this energy can recharge and renew in you. And I also feel that that inner growth is going to translate, like I said, into your physical world as well. And this is going to be a little story you can tell yourself or think about. So we have, tell a story about a place that made you feel big or small. And that is really cool that it says that, because I feel like in this leveling up and in this judgment, sometimes judgments of others can really bring our self-esteem down, bring us to a very small place. And I'm feeling like you are somebody who is a very large energy. You have a big character, and this can magnetically attract other people that are wanting to compete with you. And in order to get yourself into a state of peace and calm, sometimes we have to envision ourselves being so small. The way I love to do this is I just think of myself on the earth, and then I pan out from there in a meditation, and I think of how I'm just a collection of this ball. I may be individuated, but I'm just a tiny little thing on this giant ball. And that really brings you down to the reality that everything's going to be okay. You know, all of this that it's happening for you, not to you. I love that saying as well. And I also like the idea of, there's a saying, what does it say? Big problems don't find small people, so get small. So if you're having a lot of big issues in your life, just get yourself down to that small microcosm of the being that you are within the macrocosm, okay? So let's get some ending messages here with these Force Fae. So you have Lady of the Lost, give to others, treasure life, and all is magic. And to the Greenwood, seek comfort and acceptance, be kind to yourself. Yes, let's not judge ourselves too harshly. I feel like give yourself a big loving energy, big nice warm bath, or go to a spa, or you know, something that is very caring to yourself. I have no way of knowing what I do not know. Okay. I will not assume I know what you want. Okay, yes. Assumptions make an ass out of you and me. I love that saying as well. You know, we don't want to assume what other people are thinking. That doesn't really serve us. So I also feel that with boundaries, you know, letting people establish their own boundaries and having our own is the best way to have the best relationships. All right, so let's get you 4 different zodiac signs that might be in and around your energy or yours. So you have Leo and Sagittarius, and Sagittarius and Scorpio. All right, so definitely somebody in here has some Sagittarius energy in their chart. So with all those, I am going to close out here and say thank you so much for joining me in this energy exchange. And if you feel so called, subscribe and come see me again. All right, bye-bye.